highschoolfootballalabama.com, the Big 95 WHMA and 97.5 FM are proud to be the home of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is also brought to you by Young Oil Company Grub Marts, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Regional Medical Center, Anniston Orthopedics Associates, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Amber Cotton, Pee Wee Turner Motors, Noble Bank and Trust, Oxford Lumber Company, Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, the Calhoun County Commission, and Triple T Turf.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on 97.5 FM, the Big 95 WHMA, and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
It is a football Friday night. This is the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder, our hardworking HSFA team, with you all the way until 12 midnight tonight. The last night of region play in high school football. Region championships being decided tonight. Home field advantage in the playoffs. Playoff berths all being decided across East Alabama and the state tonight. Monumental upsets going on. Blowouts that were unexpected. A lot going on in high school football. We will take you to the number 3 versus number 4 5A game at Death Valley and Alexandria between Alexandria and Leeds. We also tonight are going to take you for that big Class 4A Region 4 battle in Jacksonville between Jacksonville and Cherokee County. We have the head coach of the Donahoe Falcons, Mark Sanders, live in the studio. The head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets trying to win a region title tonight. Sam Adams live in the studio. Team of the Week, Player of the Week, Muscle Team, East Alabama Top 10, and a whole lot more all the way until 12 midnight tonight. And the big thing is we're going to give you all the scores, and we're also going to run down every region and give you the standings in real time as it stands tonight as we head into the final week of the regular season next Thursday and Friday night. All of that coming up. No place to be besides High School Football Alabama on this football Friday night. So let's get to it and go to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboard and give you all the final scores from across East Alabama. Piedmont tonight, number 2 team in the state in 3A, at home at the Field of Champions, hosting Walter Welborn. Welborn had an 8-0 lead in this game, but Piedmont came roaring back. Must have made the Bulldogs mad. Piedmont 47-16 winners tonight over Walter Welborn. They remain tied for first place heading into the last week of the regular season with both Sachs and Ohatchee in 3A Region 5. Hanley tonight winning over White Plains. Hanley beats White Plains 43-14, the final score in that game down in Roanoke this evening. Hanley number 4 in the state after that loss to Anniston. Hanley is now going to wind up as the runner-up in that region, still at home in the first round of the playoffs, but they will be the runner-up based on everything else that happened in Class 4A Region 4 tonight. Donahoe, we mentioned the Falcons. Donahoe wins the game over Talladega County Central 39-0 tonight. We will have the head coach of the Donahoe Falcons, Mark Sanders, live in studio tonight as Donahoe wins over TCC 39-0. Oxford, we mentioned the Yellow Jackets. They win the region title. A lot of folks have given Oxford up for any type of championship this year, but Oxford wins the Class 6A Region 7 title. They led 41-0 in this game, gave up 13 points late to Fort Payne, but Oxford with a very impressive win tonight. They win the Class 6A Region 7 title. They'll be at home in the first round of the playoffs in 2 weeks. Oxford beating Fort Payne 41-13. Head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Sam Adams, will join us right here live on High School Football Alabama Scoreboard tonight. Huge game taking place in Heflin tonight. Number 10, Anniston, our reigning City of Oxford Team of the Week. They go over and they beat Cleburne County. That was by a score of 62-27. 62-27. Anniston wins tonight over Cleburne County and Heflin. Anniston wrapping up a region championship tonight as they beat Cleburne County 62-27. Also tonight, the Sacs Wildcats winning at Hokes Bluff. They maintain that tie for first place in Class 3A Region 5 as number 6 Sacs beats Hokes Bluff 21-7. Ohatchee tonight winning big over the Weaver Bearcats. Ohatchee 52, Weaver 13 tonight on the Creek Bank at Ohatchee. They maintain, as we said once again, a three-way tie for first place between Ohatchee, Sacs, and Piedmont in 3A Region 5. Alexandria, highlights of this game, the Valley Cubs, they jumped on top 26-0 at one point. And Alexandria, number 4 in the state in Class 5A, winning the region championship. This was the Class 5A Region 6 championship game, the game you heard right here on the Big 95 tonight. Alexandria beating number 3 Leeds 43-7 tonight. Alexandria. We will have highlights of that game coming from Death Valley. We'll also have highlights of this game. Jacksonville tonight. They beat Cherokee County. Cherokee County needed to win to create possibly a three-way tie for first in Class 4A Region 4. It did not happen tonight. We'll have highlights of this game. Jacksonville beating Cherokee County at Golden Eagle Stadium 44-21. Jacksonville knocking Cherokee County out of contention for possibly a region title. So that is going to be Anniston 1, Hanley 2, Jacksonville now number 3 in that region, and Cherokee County with a loss tonight will finish at number 4. Glencoe and Pleasant Valley still not a final, but Glencoe has a 28-0 lead in the second half of that game. Looks like they're going to try to win their first game of the season as they are leading 28-0 over Pleasant Valley. That game being played at Glencoe. Should have a final on that coming up. Ranburne and Fayetteville tonight playing at Ranburne. Should have a final on that game. Ranburne locked into a state playoff berth out of Class 2A Region 4. Winterboro tonight and Woodland. Winterboro trying to wrap up home field advantage in the 1A playoffs. Winterboro leading Woodland in the second half 18-7. Should have a final on that one momentarily. Randolph County and B.B. Comer playing in Wedowee tonight. B.B. Comer already wrapping up home field advantage and the runner-up spot in Class 2A Region 4. Also tonight, this will be one of the big upsets. Tallahassee, Mike Battles Jr. and the Tigers playing at home at Hot O'Brien Stadium in Tallahassee. They upend Central of Clay County 39-28. They led this game from beginning to end. Tallahassee wins it over Central of Clay County. Tallahassee is going to win the region title. This was the region title game tonight, and it is going to be Tallahassee winning that region championship tonight as they win over Central of Clay County. That was by a score of 39-28. Now, also this evening, Sylacauga and Holtville. We could have a tiebreaker. We'll be looking for the final score on this game from Sylacauga. Sylacauga and Holtville. If Sylacauga can win, we could have actually a three-way tie for first in that region. So we're going to be watching that very carefully. Trinity Presbyterian tonight, number 7 in 3A, playing at home in Montgomery. They beat Childersburg 52-6, the final score. Model Secondary School for the Deaf and ASD playing tomorrow morning in Washington, D.C. on a Saturday. Lincoln and Munford. This is a final Lincoln needed to win. This was basically the winner goes to the state playoffs. The loser stays at home. And Matt Zedeker and the Lincoln Golden Bears, they are going to the Class 5A playoffs out of 5A Region 6. They win tonight at Keith Howard Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, where Lincoln beats Moody 31-19. Congratulations to the Golden Bears headed for the 5A state playoffs. Scottsboro wins at Pell City tonight. Scottsboro 24, Pell City 19. It was Raglan. Huge win tonight over Victory Christian. Raglan wins it 18-13 down at Victory. That is going to make Raglan the number 3 team out of Class 1A Region 5 tonight. Also this evening, Arab, a winner over Springville. 27-0 was the final score in that game. Arab 27, Springville nothing. Does not really matter. It did wrap up home field advantage for Arab in the Class 6A playoffs. But Oxford's win over Arab a couple of weeks ago, handing Oxford the region title. Arab will be number 2, Fort Payne number 3, and Southside number 4 out of Class 6A Region 7. Arab winning over Springville 27-0. Hayden and St. Clair County, both teams looking for their first win of the season tonight. Not a final, but Hayden was winning 24-12 in the fourth quarter of that game at Hayden tonight. Fultondale and Asheville, still looking for a final on that game at Fultondale tonight. Cleveland and Sandrock playing this evening at Sandrock, and I think we've got that one reversed. Actually, Cleveland beat Sandrock 40-7. We'll get that corrected right there, but Cleveland beat Sandrock tonight 40-7. There it is, the corrected final score. That will hand Cleveland home field advantage in the Class 2A playoffs. Spring Garden with their win tonight. You'll see that coming up in just a moment. Spring Garden will be the 1, Cleveland the 2, Southeastern the 3, and Sandrock will fall to 4. Coosa Christian and Cedar Bluff, a lot of playoff implications in this one. Cedar Bluff has wrapped up the region title, but 2, 3, and 4 still up for grabs. Cedar Bluff was leading Coosa in the second half, 21-7 at Coosa. Should have a final score on that one momentarily. Spring Garden and Southeastern playing at the Garden. Spring Garden is going to win this one in the fourth quarter. They were up 42-12 over Southeastern. We should have a final score. Spring Garden, of course, has wrapped up. They did that last week, the 2A Region 6 title. Southeastern will fall to 3rd, Cleveland 2, Sandrock 4 in Class 2A Region 6. Westbrook Christian and Gaston tonight, an Etowah County battle in Rainbow City. Westbrook wins it 54-12 over the Gaston Bulldogs. Vestavia Hills and Gadsden City tonight. Tough loss for Gadsden City. Vestavia Hills wins this game 21-14 is the final. This was tied 7-7, and we understand that game actually went to overtime tonight down at Thompson Reynolds Stadium in Vestavia. Vestavia over Gadsden City 21-14 in overtime tonight. That game was tied 7-7 for a long time this evening. Etowah was tied with Dora 14-14. They kick a field goal in the second half, and they make it stand up as Etowah wins over Dora tonight 17-14. We'll find out how Good Hope and Aniana did. Aniana was leading in that game over Good Hope. If that score stands, we could have a three-way tie for first in Class 4A Region 6. We'll be looking for that Aniana Good Hope final momentarily. Also tonight, a little bit of an upset here. Locust Fork goes into Walnut Grove, and they beat the West End Patriots tonight, 35-20 the final. Fairview, the Aggies winning big at Sardis tonight. Fairview wins it 56-14 over the Lions. Pike Road, maybe the best team in South Alabama anyway in Class 5A. Pike Road, number 1 in 5A, at home tonight against number 9 Greenville. Pike Road, the Patriots pounding Greenville tonight, 44-0, the final score in that one in South Alabama. Also tonight, Hoover and Thompson. It is a final. Number 2 Hoover has knocked off number 1 Thompson, 2-time defending state champion. Maybe we thought going in one of the best teams in the state, but Josh Niblett and the Bucks say, Hoover tonight at the Hoover Met. Number 2 Hoover beating number 1 Thompson 24-21. A bit of an upset tonight down at the Hoover Met. Auburn and Enterprise. This was a top 10 matchup at Auburn at Duck Sanford Stadium tonight. Auburn beats Enterprise 42-28 the final in that game. Oak Mountain and Hewitt-Trussville. Hewitt-Trussville wraps up 3rd place out of Class 7A Region 3. Oak Mountain will fall to 4th as Hewitt-Trussville beats Oak Mountain tonight 28-7 the final. And one more score for you that we're still looking for is Talladega and Elmore County, a battle of winless teams playing each other tonight down in Elmore County at Eclectic. We want to tell you about all the ways that you can check out High School Football Alabama, the ways you can watch our show on Friday nights, and also the great content that we have during the week. One, begin with our website, highschoolfootballalabama.com. Go to our Facebook page, High School Football Alabama. You'll see all kind of great content throughout the week there. Also, you can watch the program live on Friday nights right there on Facebook. Many of you do that. And also, you can watch the show on our YouTube channel at High School Football Alabama on YouTube. You can watch that. Subscribe, follow. We want you to really follow, hit that follow button on Facebook. Get that follow us so you won't miss any of the action. Like us, follow us, subscribe to us, share us, tell people about High School Football Alabama. It's the place to be on Friday nights. The place to be on Saturday mornings is Anniston Orthopedics. Anniston Orthopedics has that free Saturday morning sports clinic. It's at 8 o'clock every Saturday morning throughout the high school football season on the 3rd floor of the Tyler Center. Great doctors there dedicated to what moves you, completely free for any athlete. You're going there after volleyball, perhaps basketball has already started now, maybe a basketball practice injury, football injuries, insurance accepted but not required, completely free. Stay in the game. Don't wait. Come down Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock to Aniston Orthopedics for their free Saturday morning sports clinic, 8 o'clock every Saturday. They're in downtown Aniston at the Tyler Center. We'll be back with more of the high school football Alabama scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford in just a moment.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights in Oxford, Alabama for an unforgettable drive-through family-friendly light show. Enjoy the twinkling lights, visit with Santa, go ice skating, and more. Tickets on sale now at oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
There's a lot to think about when you're having a baby. Colors of the nursery, names, and most importantly, where to deliver.
We want a hospital that gives families a more personalized birthing experience.
With a compassionate team of doctors and nurses, and a hospital where my baby and I can instantly bond with all the comforts of home.
So where do we find all that?
Right here at RMC, the first designated baby-friendly hospital in Alabama.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
The most informative prep football show in the state. It's the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on the Big 95 and highschoolfootballalabama.com. WHMA FM, Hobson City, Aniston, Oxford. WKLS HD3, Southside, and W248CE, 97.5 FM, Gadsden.
And we are back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder, our hardworking High School Football Alabama crew, all the way until 12 midnight that we're going to be with you tonight. We've got special guests coming in, including what I'm sure will be a very happy Sam Adams, head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, and a whole lot more tonight. We've got some new final scores. Scores are rolling in. Games are going final. We're collecting final scores. So right now, let's go back to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboarding. Get you caught up on all of our final scores and give you all the finals from tonight all across East Alabama. We will begin with Piedmont tonight, a winner over Walter Welborn, 47-16. Three-way tie for first now between Piedmont, Ohatchee, and Sachs. And it will all come down next week to that Piedmont-Alexandria game at the Field of Champions as to the pecking order in Class 3A Region 5. We'll explain that when we get to Region Roundup a little bit later on tonight. Hanley tonight winning over White Plains 43-14, but with a Cherokee County loss to Jacksonville, we'll see here in just a moment, That's going to hand the region championship to the Anniston Bulldogs, as Anniston won tonight as well. But Hanley will be the runner-up in that region as they beat White Plains 43-14. Donahoe a winner tonight over Talladega County Central. We corrected that record there. Donahoe now 2-6, picking up their second win as they beat the Tigers tonight 39-0. And we will have the head coach of the Donahoe Falcons, Mark Sanders, right here on the Scoreboard Show just a little bit later on tonight. Oxford, as we mentioned, Sam Adams and the Yellow Jackets winning the Class 6A Region 7 title tonight as they were big winners over Fort Payne. 41-13. They led it 41-0. Oxford wins the region title out of Class 6A Region 7. Anniston and Cleburne County tonight. We understand that was actually 62-26. So we'll get that corrected for you, but 62-26 was the final. Anniston over Cleburne County. Anniston with the win, wins the Class 4A Region 4 title tonight. They are the region champions. We'll show you some sights from Team of the Week a little bit earlier in the week this week with Anniston a little bit later on the show tonight. Sacs a winner over Hoax Bluff 21-7. Sacs, Piedmont, Ohatchee, three-way tie for first in Class 3A Region 5. And the Indians, the reason there is a three-way tie, they won again tonight as Ohatchee wins over Weaver. 52-13 was the final score in that game as Ohatchee beats Weaver 52-13. There's the final score from the Creek Bank at Ohatchee tonight, creating that three-way tie. Alexandria, the game you heard right here on the Big 95 WHMA. Number 4 Alexandria in 5A beating number 3 Leeds. Both teams came in undefeated. This was winner take all for the 5A Region 6 title. Alexandria, from the very beginning of the game, 3 consecutive turnovers turned into touchdowns for Alexandria. Alexandria beating Leeds 43-7 tonight. We will have highlights of that game coming from Death Valley in Alexandria. We will also have highlights of this game. Jacksonville knocking off Cherokee County tonight up at Golden Eagle Stadium. Jacksonville with a monster second half. They led it 16-7 at halftime and scored 3 touchdowns in the first 6 minutes of the second half to go from 16-7 to 37-7, and Jacksonville put it on cruise control from there, beating Cherokee County 44-21. We will have highlights of that game from Golden Eagle Stadium. Glencoe winning their first game of the year tonight. Glencoe over Pleasant Valley impressively 49-0 as Glencoe gets win number 1. Jamison Wadley, the interim coach at Glencoe, gets his first win. Glencoe over the Raiders 49-0 tonight over at Glencoe. Ranburne and Fayetteville still looking for a final score on that game at Ranburne tonight. And there it is. There's the final. Ranburne wins over Fayetteville. Ranburne will be in the Class 2A state playoffs with that win tonight. They have locked up a playoff berth. They'll be the number 4 team out of Class 2A Region 4 as they beat Fayetteville 43-29. Winneboro and Woodland. Winneboro wrapping up home field advantage in the Class 1A playoffs. Winneboro will be the runner-up in Class 1A Region 5. They beat Woodland tonight 38-13. Woodland also headed for the Class 1A playoffs. They will be the number 4 team and on the road out of Class 1A Region 5 tonight. B.B. Comer, this is a new score. They win in Wedowee at Hugh and Humphreys Stadium in Wedowee as they beat Randolph County 47-0. B.B. Comer in the state playoffs. They will be the runner-up out of Class 2A Region 4, and they will be at home in the first round of the 2A playoffs coming up in 2 weeks. Big upset tonight in Tallahassee. Tallahassee knocking off number 2 Central of Clay County. They led throughout this game. Tallahassee wins it at Hot O'Brien Stadium down in Tallahassee 39-28. Sylacauga won over Holtville tonight. So in essence, that creates a 3-way tie for first place in Class 5A Region 4. Still looking for a final on that Sylacauga and Holtville game tonight. If Sylacauga can win, that will be a 3-way tie as they play tonight down at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. In Montgomery tonight, number 7 and 3A Trinity Presbyterian rolling over Childersburg 52-6. ASD in Washington, D.C. tonight. They will have a morning game at 11 a.m. against Model Secondary School for the Deaf in a battle of schools for deaf up in Washington, D.C. tomorrow morning. The Lincoln Golden Bears, they're going to the playoffs. Matt Zedeker and the Golden Bears tonight, they had to win. The winner was in the playoffs, the loser at home. Moody just missing the playoffs. Lincoln is in. They will be the number 4 team out of Class 5A Region 6 as Lincoln beats Moody tonight 31-19 at Keith Howard Memorial Stadium in Lincoln tonight. Scottsboro and Pale City, two teams not going to the playoffs, kind of playing for pride right now. Scottsboro wins a tough game at Pale City tonight in Class 6A Region 7, 24-19. Ragland, another team that'll be in the Class 1A state playoffs. They are winners tonight at Victory Christian, 18-13. Ragland will be the number 3 team out of Class 1A Region 5. Also this evening, Arab and Springville. This is now a final. Arab has beaten Springville 27-0. Arab will be the runner-up. They will be at home in the first round of the 6A playoffs in 2 weeks as Lee Osment and the Knights take care of business tonight against Springville 27-0. Hayden and St. Clair County still looking for a final on that one. Hayden was leading in the fourth quarter 24-12. Both teams trying to find their first win. Looks like Hayden will get that tonight over in Blount County. Fultondale and Asheville still looking for a final on that game from Jefferson County at Fultondale. Cleveland and Sandrock. Cleveland wraps up home field advantage in the Class 2A playoffs and Class 2A Region 6. They win over Sandrock tonight 40-7. Sandrock will fall down to number 4. They are in the playoffs, but they'll be on the road out of Class 2A Region 6. Cedar Bluff and Coosa Christian. Cedar Bluff, of course, won the region title last week, and they put a little icing on it tonight. They win at Coosa Christian by a score of 35-7 tonight. So basically, what we've got is Cedar Bluff looks like 1, Valley Head will be 2. Valley Head beat Summerton Christian tonight, knocking Summerton down to 3. And because Galesville beat Coosa Christian head-to-head earlier, it's like Galesville will be the number 4 team and Coosa Christian out of the state playoffs in Class 1A Region 7. Spring Garden and Southeastern. Spring Garden wins tonight. They're the region champs. They won it last week, and they are going to be perfect because they win over Southeastern tonight 49-12 out at the Garden. They have a matchup with another top 10 team in 1A Wadley next week at Wadley. Spring Garden wins over Southeastern tonight 49-12. Westbrook Christian beats Gaston 54-12 in Rainbow City. Overtime tonight at Vestavia Hills. Gadsden City's first ever visit to Thompson Reynolds Stadium. And Vestavia Hills wins it in overtime 21-14 over the Gadsden City Titans. Both teams not qualifying for the state playoffs out of Class 6A Region, or should say 7A Region 3. Etowah tonight wins over Dora 17-14. Big win, could create a 3-way tie for first out of Class 4A Region 6. Also tonight, it was Locust Fork winning at West End 35-20. The final bit of an upset there in Walnut Grove this evening. Fairview beat Sardis 56-14 tonight at Sardis. Pike Road, number 1 in 5A. Alexandria fans probably keeping tabs on Pike Road. They beat number 9 Greenville 44-0 tonight down at Pike Road. Hoover, the talk of the state tonight. Josh Niblett and the Bucks, number 2 at home, playing at the Hoover Met. They beat number 1 Thompson 24-21. Auburn, another great game in 7A in the South. Number 4 in 7A beating number 9 Enterprise at home tonight at Duck Sanford Stadium in Auburn 42-28. Hewitt-Trussville wraps up third place in 7A Region 3. Number 8 Hewitt winning at number 10 Oak Mountain tonight 28-7. Those will be the 3 and 4 teams. Hewitt-Trussville 3, Oak Mountain 4 respectively out of 7A Region 3. And Elmore County and Talladega. How about Talladega? Shannon Felder and the Tigers picking up their first win of the season tonight. Both teams were looking for their first win. Talladega gets the win tonight as they win at Eclectic against Elmore County by a score of 51-37. Congratulations to the Tigers getting that first win of 2021 tonight. Let's talk about our Amber Cotton, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Assistant Coach of the Week. Had a chance to talk with this guy, young coach, doing some great work for the Anniston High School Bulldogs. We're talking about Coach Bradley Ball of Anniston. You see him right there. 4th season as defensive coordinator and defensive line coach at Anniston. He teaches in the alternative school at Anniston. Previously coached at Robert E. Lee High School in Huntsville, Mae Jemison High School in Huntsville. He is a 2007 graduate, actually, of Oxford High School, and earned both his bachelor's and graduate degrees from Alabama A&M. Doing a great job with the Anniston Bulldogs. Last week, Anniston wins at Hanley. Tonight, they go on the road and have a big win over at Cleburne County against Heflin. The Bulldogs are rolling now. as they will conclude the regular season as region champions out of Class 4A Region 4 with that win tonight coupled with Jacksonville's win over Cherokee County. So Bradley Ball of Anniston High School, our Amber Cotton, Keller Williams real estate agent, assistant coach of the week. And speaking of Amber Cotton, let me tell you, we talk about it all the time every week here about what a great real estate agent she is. You see her contact number. Let me just tell you, call her, 225-1958. That's area code 256. Better yet, go to yoloamber@kw.com. Check out her social media as well. You're going to see that no one is going to market your home better than Amber Cotton. If you got a home to sell, it's a tough market out there, and you want the right pricing, you want everything, Amber's going to take care of that. She is the best at marketing and doing whatever it takes to sell your house. If you're looking to buy a house, the same way, she's going to get you all the information you need. No one markets real estate better in East Alabama than Amber Cotton. Keller Williams Realty Group, 256-225-1958. YOLOAmber@kw.com. YOLO stands for you only list once, and that is true with Amber Cotton. We'll be back with more of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard as we roll on a football Friday night on Facebook, YouTube, and the Big 95.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver Card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I can't imagine life without Gwen, but we came dangerously close.
I was having chest pains.
Luckily, there was a hospital nearby that quickly discovered one of her arteries was 100% blocked. A hospital with life-saving technology and the latest in cardiac treatment, with an experienced team of doctors and nurses focused on fixing Gwen's heart. What hospital had all of that?
It was all right here at RMC.
Anniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Anniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Anniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.annistonortho.com. Anniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Mumford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sacs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
We are back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford. We're coming to you tonight live from our RMC Media Center located here at Parker Memorial Baptist Church on Quintard in Midtown Anniston, with you all the way until 12 midnight tonight. Special guest, team of the week, highlights, region rundown, all of that still to come. Right now, though, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty on our F&M Bank Spirit Scholarship Contest. We've got 2 more schools with 8 more nominees that we're going to unveil for you here in just a moment. But let's tell you about what this is all about. Our great partners at Farmers and Merchants Bank are going to give away $3,000 in scholarship money, plus they're giving away more thousands of dollars in gift cards. Basically, every school in Calhoun County, plus Spring Garden, nominating 4 scholar athletes from each school, 2 male athletes, 2 female athletes, and that is 60 student athletes that we have been honoring over the last several weeks. We have been narrowing the voting down with 2 rounds of voting. First round narrows down from 60 to 30. Once we get to the final 30, all 30 of those student athletes will receive a $50 gift card each, courtesy of Farmers and Merchants Bank. Then, beginning next Friday night, here's the deal. We're going to have it narrowed down to 30 next Friday night, beginning at 12 midnight. We will have you voting on our High School Football Alabama Facebook page for about 10 days for 2 athletes, 1 male, 1 female, to win the Spirit Scholarship. Each one of those athletes will receive a $1,500 scholarship, courtesy of Farmers and Merchants Bank. For years, they have been providing scholarship money and gift cards to student athletes all across Calhoun County and Spring Garden. They're doing it again this year. Our final 2 schools that we are going to have nominees for will be tonight, Anniston and Walter Welborn. We will begin with Anniston High School. 2 females, 2 males. This will begin at midnight tonight, and the voting goes through next Friday at 12 noon. Here are the 2 female athletes from Anniston High School. Tawana Thomas, basketball player with a 3.0 GPA. Also, Shawana Jackson, also a great basketball player for the Anniston Bulldogs with a 3.2 GPA. The 2 male athletes from Anniston High School, Tayden Jones, basketball player, get that big smile from Tayden, 4.41 GPA. And then Michaelin Carmichael, football player, another great smile there, 2.9 GPA. Those are the nominees from Anniston High School. You can vote for them beginning at midnight tonight through 12 noon next Friday. Now, from Walter Welborn High School, 2 female athletes. Oh, great smiles from these young athletes in these picks this week. Heather Downs of Welborn, a 3.69 GPA. She is a volleyball player. Then Katie Daniel. Katie carries a 3.68 GPA. She is a cheerleader at Walter Welborn. The 2 male athletes are Braden Dempsey, a football and baseball player with a 3.78 GPA, I should say, for Walter Welborn. And then Brady Johnson, a football player with a 3.27 GPA. And those are the male athletes from Walter Welborn High School. So voting this week for Anniston and for Walter Welborn beginning at midnight tonight on High School Football Alabama. That will be for 1 week until next Friday at 12 noon. Then next Friday night, pay big attention here. Next Friday night, we are going to tell you who has made the final round of 30. And we will unveil those final 30 next Friday night right here on High School Football Alabama. Let's go now and talk about another one of our great supporters of high school football here in East Alabama. And they have been doing this for many years. We're talking about Young Oil Grub Marts. They have the grub tub. Don't miss that. You can get the popcorn bucket at any location. You can take it to any location, and they will fill that popcorn up as many times as you want between now and the end of next August of 2022. They also have the 99-cent bag of ice, the Oleo donuts in certain locations. Everything you need for football season, you can find that at Young Oil Company Grub Marts locations all across East Alabama, from Center in Cherokee County to Auburn and Opelika and Lee County, and all points in between, bringing you our muscle team. By the way, we'll add 2 more new members. 2 big linemen will be added to our muscle team a little bit later on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford, rolling on a football Friday night. When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke, and don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid-friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The Exmark Radius. This is the mower that cut the lawn where you watched your family explore. The Radius will get you on and off the lawn quickly with the signature cut, comfort, and reliability more landscape pros trust. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard line. Get into a Radius as low as $93 per month with approved credit. Check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
HighSchoolFootballAlabama.com, the Big 95 WHMA and 97.5 FM are proud to be the home of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is also brought to you by Young Oil Company Grub Marts, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Regional Medical Center, Anniston Orthopedics Associates, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Amber Cotton, Pee Wee Turner Motors, Noble Bank and Trust, Oxford Lumber Company, Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, the Calhoun County Commission, and Triple T Turf.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on 97.5 FM, the Big 95 WHMA, and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
And we are back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford. John Holder, our hardworking team, with you on this Football Friday night. Mark Sanders, head coach of the Donahoe Falcons, coming in the door right now. Sam Adams, head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, on his way. They'll both join us. Highlights of the Alexandria Leeds game, highlights of the Jacksonville Cherokee County game, including all the highlights where Jacksonville broke this game open tonight. All of that and more. Team of the Week, Muscle Team, Player of the Week, Region Rundown, all of that coming between now and 12 midnight here on High School Football Alabama. We've got a lot more final scores. Let's go to all of our final scores now as we head to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboard tonight. Piedmont over Walter Welborn 47-16. Hanley beat White Plains 43-14. Donahoe over Talladega County Central 39-0. Oxford winners over Fort Payne 41-13. Anniston beats Cleveland County 62-26 tonight. Sacs a winner over Hoax Bluff 21-7. Ohatchee beats Weaver 52-13. Alexandria, the game you heard right here on the Big 95, highlights coming. They beat Leeds tonight 43-7. Jacksonville, highlights of this game coming. They beat Cherokee County 44-21. Glencoe picks up their first win of the year. They beat Pleasant Valley 49-0. Ranbert wins over Fayetteville 43-29. Winterboro beat Woodland 38-13 tonight. B.B. Comer shutting out Randolph County 47-0. Tallahassee with the upset over Central of Clay County 39-28 tonight down in Tallahassee. Sylacauga, this is a final we were looking for. Sylacauga has indeed turned Class 5A Region 4 into a three-way tie for first. We're going to have to go to tiebreakers. Sylacauga tonight beating Holtville 35-15 at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga tonight. Trinity Presbyterian beats Childersburg. That was by a score of 52-6. Model Secondary School for the Deaf and ASD. They will play tomorrow in Washington, D.C. at 11 a.m. Central Time. Lincoln, the Golden Bears are in the playoffs. Moody's out. Lincoln beats the Blue Devils tonight 31-19. Scottsboro wins at Pell City 24-19. Raglan tonight, they win over Victory Christian 18-13. Arab wrapping up home field advantage in 6A Region 7 as they win over Springville 27-0. Hayden and St. Clair County still looking for a final. Hayden was leading 24-12 in the fourth. Looks like Hayden will pick up their first win, and St. Clair County will remain winless. Fultondale at Asheville still looking for a final in that game from Fultondale tonight. Cleveland wins at Sandrock 40-7. Cedar Bluff wins at Coosa Christian 35-7. Spring Garden blasting Southeastern this evening 49-12. Westbrook Christian beats Gaston 54-12. In overtime tonight, Vestavia Hills a touchdown better than the Gadsden City Titans 21-14. Etowah kicks a field goal in the second half to break the tie. They beat Dora 17-14, setting up a three-way tie for first in that region as well. Also, it was Locust Fork, a mild upset win at West End tonight, 35-20. Fairview wins at Sardis, 56-14. And around the state tonight, four big games around the state tonight. Pike Road, number 1 in 5A, beating number 9 Greenville 44-0. Hoover and Thompson, number 2 Hoover, knocks off number 1 and two-time defending state champion Thompson tonight before a packed house at the Hoover Met. Hoover wins it 24-21. Auburn tonight, number 4 in 7A, beating number 9 Enterprise 42-28. Hewitt Trussville beats Oak Mountain 28-7 tonight at Oak Mountain over at Herdmont Park in Birmingham. And one other final score for you, Talladega tonight. Shannon Felder picks up his first win as they win over Elmore County 51-37. A little bit later on in the show tonight, we're going to show you some pictures from our Team of the Week with Anniston from yesterday. We're also going to show you our Awards to Remember Tough Guy Trophy that we give to Team of the Week. Awards to Remember. They are the leader, not only here in East Alabama, but they're the leader, one of the leaders in the South, one of the top 10 awards dealers in the entire Southeast. Awards to Remember is the place to go for trophies, for plaques, medals, all type of awards. They specialize in school and athletic awards, a full line of screen printing as well, T-shirts, polos, any kind of textile. 39 years in business. Go to awardstoremember.com. Visit their showroom. Got a great number of things that you can actually look at there at 4017 Alabama Highway 144 in Ohatchee. When we come back, we're going to visit with the head coach of the Donahoe Falcons, Mark Sanders, in the house as the high school football Alabama scoreboard rolls on a football Friday night.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, or Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When mealtime calls for the best farm-raised catfish, look no further than Top of the River. With 3 convenient locations, you're never far from the very best catfish East Alabama has to offer. The friendly folks at Top of the River are waiting to serve you the fish that owner Shannon Robertson says they've served exclusively for 25 years and to perfection.
Since '96, I've never served one other type of fish, ever, other than farm-raised catfish.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
The Exmark Quest. This is the mower that cuts the lawn that became the place your kids grew up. The Exmark Quest. The cut, quality, and performance more landscape pros trust at a price you can afford. Exmark. Official mowers of the backyard life. Get into a Quest as low as $62 per month with approved credit. Come check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Back on the high school football Alabama scoreboard, we're going to give you a final score here. I think we do have it here, and that will be the Hayden and St. Clair County. We've been looking for that final score tonight, and Hayden beat St. Clair County tonight. They were ahead 24-12 in the fourth quarter. Hayden makes it stand up. Hayden beats St. Clair County 26-20. Both teams looking for their first win of the season tonight. Hayden got it at home in Blount County tonight as they beat the Saints 26-20. So now we're going to come back here. We got the head coach of the Donahoe Falcons, Coach Mark Sanders. They have had a crazy season. We're going to talk about that, but they got a big win tonight as they win over Talladega County Central 39-0. And Coach, you had a game earlier in the year. You won your first game of the year against Pleasant Valley, but always good to win, obviously. I mean, this is the payoff, but I've always contended that one of the big things in high school football, more than other sports, is those wins on Friday night are precious and valuable because football is such a tough sport, mentally and physically. And to go through what you have to go through and then to have it pay off with a win on Friday night, I don't ever want to underestimate how huge any kind of win is.
Oh, absolutely, man. We've had one of the most wild seasons that we've ever had at Donahoe, I believe. You know, we came out of the season just firing off. We had a great team going, and we just started losing players. And, bad things started to happen. I came out and I was sidelined for 3 weeks with COVID just running through my family. So, it's just, there's been all kinds of different things happen to us, but my guys are resilient and they're tough, and I'm just proud of them. They've done a good job.
And we're going to see later on, we'll just tell you that we've got about 6 or 7 Donahoe players that are going to join us on the set here in a few moments. But, Coach, I want to talk about last year, obviously for everybody. Yeah. But I think for Donahoe, it was even worse last year. You had crazy season 1, and now you come back with crazy season 2. After last year, and take people through what happened last year, did you think you could top that? And you actually did.
I didn't think we could top it, but, man, this year's been wild. And, I know that the good Lord loves us, and He's always got a plan for us, but hopefully that plan next year is going to be a lot different than this one. It's been wild, but, man, I'm just thankful for the guys that we have. God teaches you lessons through hard times to build character, you know, and you know that. So, you know, I think my guys are going to be better men because of everything that's happened this year. So, you know, I'm proud of them for sticking through it and just to continue battling every Friday night.
1A football, you know, the thing about football game is for everybody, whether it's 1A through 7A, you know, you're out there playing for 48 minutes.
Yep.
And it's hard. The heat at the 1A stadium in those early games is the same as the 7A stadium. But those 7A teams, they have a ton of players. 1A, you don't have a ton of players. So these guys are warriors.
Hey, it's Iron Man football. You know, we have a lot of guys that just go both ways all night long and never come out of the game. So, you know, I got a couple of those with us tonight. So, man, I'm just extremely proud of them, man. Awesome guys.
Talk about the game tonight. Obviously, very proud of your football team. You win 39-0 tonight over Talladega County Central. Kind of walk us through and tell us about the game.
Oh, you know, we knew that Talladega was kind of down. They've had a rough season, you know, just like us. So our game plan going into the week this week was just for us to go out and just work on our little things, our fundamentals, and just try to do the little things right. You know, put ourselves in position to make big plays. And you know, we came out of the gate and on the opening kickoff, my running back Lucas Elliott ran it all the way back for a touchdown. So that was awesome. And he's over here pumping his fist. But then right after that, you know, my defense stepped up, played hard all night. Offense was just rolling left and right. You know, they scored. It didn't seem like long at all before I was putting my junior high in, and you know, my quarterback was over there like, "Am I done?" And I was like, "I've only thrown the ball 4 times." But you know, it was a great night as a team, and it's just good to see some smiles on their faces again.
Absolutely, that's always a good thing. You got down, I think. And these injuries came early in the season. Mm-hmm. You got down, I think, at one time maybe like to, as far as true varsity players, you're down to maybe like 14, something like that.
Yeah, it was not great. It was not great. And when you're looking at it and you got 5 junior high guys starting and playing a lot of different positions on Friday nights, you know it's going to be a rough ride. But my guys, they're resilient. They've hung on pretty good.
And the thing about it was, before all these injuries and all the, you know, last year you didn't have one game. I'm assuming it happened this year the same way. You didn't have one game last year or one game this year where you had everybody, right? Is that right?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, the very first game against Pleasant Valley, you know, it was a great game. We beat them 25-0, but we lost my starting senior center, Tyler Allen. He started at defensive end too. Great athlete, hardcore player, and lost him on the second offensive drive of the game. Mm-hmm. And so my son over here, he's a 9th grader. He had to come step in at center and did a decent job. We were able to get the win that week. But then White Plains the next week was just, you know, we dropped my starting running back, middle linebacker, Connor Gutz, and he went down with an ACL injury on the opening drive. And we were just going down the field, and then everything just stopped, you know. And then we lost other guys, and it's tough at 1A, you know. So, but we're still kicking.
And the thing about it was, I think the hard part maybe is, I know last year you were expecting to have a good season, and this year you were expecting to have a good season, and all this, the COVID stuff, and then all the injuries and things like that, again, that affects anybody. But at 1A, as we've talked about, the injuries that you've had, I mean, it can totally change the whole perspective and outlook of the season.
Right. And, you know, it's tough at 1A. You know, you take about 23, 24 guys on the field with you, and if you lose just a few, you know, your next guys are guys who've barely gotten playing time coming out of junior high. So there's a lot of, and I heard somebody say this the other day, and I'm not tooting my horn, but my assistant coach's horns, is that some of the best coaches in the world are small school coaches, because you got to coach every position. You got to get the younger guys ready, like at the next snap they got to go. So, you know, my assistant coaches have done a phenomenal job, and I've got 3 new guys with me this year, and Carl Harris, he's been with me since my first year at Dono. He's standing back there.
Our assistant coach of the week a couple weeks ago.
Assistant coach of the week, man, he's one of the best, and absolutely. So, you know, I've got great coaches with me, and we've had a good time this year. You know, despite the hardships of the season. So, you know, we're just trucking on.
We're going to look at your final score once again. Of course, Donahoe winning tonight at home at Lynch Field up on 10th Street Mountain at Donahoe and Anniston, beating Talladega County Central by a score of 39-0. While we're looking at that score, we're going to bring this is live video, folks. We're bringing these guys in. We got them all over the place. We're going to try to frame them up and bring them in. Bring Coach Harris in here. Come on in, Coach. How are you?
Good.
And we are about to show you a whole lot of maroon here with the Donahoe Falcons as we come back here. Coach, first thing is, tell us about all these guys. Who are these guys?
All right, well, this is Juice. This is Coach K. He's my defensive coordinator, man. Been my assistant. He actually filled in for me as head coach while I was out for 3 weeks with the COVID stuff. This is my son, Cade Sanders, a 9th grader. He starts at center on offense. Hayes Farrell, he plays cornerback and wide receiver sometimes. Lucas Elliott over here, he's a junior running back, linebacker. And we got Richard Goad over here, a linebacker. He plays offense when I need him to. He's a hard-nosed kid. James Binkwith, another 9th grader over here. And James plays cornerback for us a good bit. Braden Johnson, we call him Beef. He's over there. And Beef's had to step up and take on another role on the line for us this year. He's done a great job on offense and defense. So he's another 9th grader.
Coach, you got some tall guys.
Tall guys, man.
Tall guys.
We've got
getting after you.
Right, we got a young team right now. But look, I mean, they're not that. They're getting close. Yeah, we've got a lot of potential in the future to have a great squad.
I appreciate you bringing. These guys have still got on. These guys have. They still got the paint on. Yep. They still got they still are in their jerseys and things like that. I mean, they came literally from the field up here.
Absolutely.
Just tell us about these guys, maybe as a group collectively, what these guys have meant. Because as we talked about, I mean, football is tough, and these guys from August and beyond August in the summertime, these guys have been through it. Yeah,
and you start in the spring, and some of these guys are baseball players, so baseball, and they were playing in the state championship game while we were trying to have spring training. So, that didn't go so great for us. But as soon as all that was over, they were right into football all summer long. And, they've just been working and trying to get better. And, man, we always try to find ways to keep ourselves entertained and having a good time. We have, you want me to tell them about the golf course in the locker room?
Yeah,
we have a
We're always up for a good story.
We have a golf course, a locker room golf course league that we have. So sometimes you'll use the most random objects to try to make it into a cone across the locker room, and it's fun, good times. And then a lot of times, we'll or just about every day lately, you guys have been putting up different things on the whiteboard in the locker room. What's your favorite restaurant? And people come up there and put their votes in, ice creams, all kinds of crazy stuff. We have a good time,
Absolutely. Coach, you got one game left. You got Westbrook Christian coming to town next week. Just kind of your plans for the week, and then talk about the future of Donahoe. I know it's bright. You've already alluded to that. You got a lot of young guys on this team, so all these guys will be back, right?
Right, yeah. And, we had a moment after the game tonight where one of my seniors, Connor Gusson, he was getting really emotional, having to be out there after the game. And, I kind of took him in my arms. We were holding him. And, I just pulled him in front of the team. And I said, guys, look, this is where we need to be. Our emotions right now are going to the next week. This guy will never get to play another snap of football, but you guys get to. Let's give everything we got into preparing for this game. It's going to be our last one. Seniors is going to be your last game. This is the kind of emotion we got to have. This is the kind of heart you got to pour into it, and these guys know. And we talk about life all the time. We always try to find ways to get them pouring their hearts out into opening up and becoming great men. And as long as they're pouring everything they have into everything they do, as coaches, we're going to be happy. So that's what we pride ourselves on, and everybody coach.
The injured guys guys were lost for the season, how are they doing? How have those guys recovered?
It's been a tough road for them, man. It's really been emotional, and we're gonna try to do something special for them next week with the Westbrook game. But I got to talk to Coach old Drew over there at Westbrook, and we're going to see what we can do. But as far as their journey, it's been really tough, because two of my seniors gone since the first 2 games. And for them, it's the first few weeks were just really hard. And on top of that, us losing Jace Alderman, our old player, that was really rough. And so this team's been through a lot this year. And I love them to death. They're a very special squad. And, man, we're just going to keep plugging on because, you know, we always talk about just the journey in life and the ups and downs and how, you know, God will use different situations to build character in you and to prepare you for your future as men. So that's what we're aiming towards right now, just to keep pushing them along. And I'm just happy, you know, and for them to see my seniors be in that situation, it's going to help them understand where their hearts need to be in the future and what they need to do to prepare. So, you know, we're just trying to be there for them, man. This is all about them and their journey as men. So that's what we're in it for.
Coach, thanks for coming and being with us. Thank you for bringing these guys here. I love it when we bring the players. This is what it's all about. Letting these guys, everybody in the world watching on Facebook and YouTube and listening on the Big 95.
It's not going to smell the same when we leave. That's
yeah, sure. Well, we'll get that cleaned up. That's part of football. I love it. It's great on Football Friday night. Coach, thank you for being with us. Congratulations on the win tonight. Best wishes the rest of the way as we go into the offseason. You guys just stay with us here on the set when we talk about the city of Oxford. Halloween is coming up, and let me tell you, they have got all kinds of things planned like every day of the week with the city of Oxford. This is going to actually begin as we go into tomorrow. They've got Fall Market on Main in historic downtown Oxford. That is tomorrow, 8 until 12 noon. They've got the Witches Ride and Walk on Main. That's going to take place at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Then they've got the Creepy Classic Movie Night. They're going to show Psycho at the Oxford Performing Arts Center. That's on Monday night. Tuesday night, the Little Ghouls Night Out. That's at the Oxford Performing Arts Center. They're going to make trick-or-treat bags and masks and things like that and tour the theater. And then next Friday night, they got Four-Legged Fright Night at Simmons Park on Main Street, where they're going to have a pet parade and a pet costume contest and trick-or-treat for the pets and a canine costume competition and ghost tours. That's next Friday night as well. All of that coming up on Halloween week with the city of Oxford. And we'll be back with more of the high school football Alabama scoreboard. As a matter of fact, when we come back, we're going to talk some Oxford high school football. Head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Sam Adams, joins us as we roll on a Football Friday night.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
As a social worker, my cousin devotes her career to helping others. But when she was diagnosed with cancer, she was the one who needed help. She needed a hospital with an accredited cancer program and the latest in technology and care options. Plus, a compassionate team of doctors, nurses, and counselors with treatments that fit her schedule. So where did she find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Mumford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
Welcome to the award-winning Chocolaca Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Chocolaca Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Chocolaca Park.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
And one final score we were hunting tonight, and this was a game between Fultondale and Asheville over in Jefferson County at Fultondale. Asheville gets a win tonight. Shea Monroe and the Bulldogs going on the road and beating Fultondale. Kendrick Cook, former Etowah player, head coach at Fultondale now. Asheville beats Fultondale 24-14, and Asheville now 5-0 versus Fultondale. They were 4-0 coming in. They have still yet to defeat or lose to the Wildcats. And we're back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford. Speaking of the City of Oxford, we have the head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, Coach Sam Adams, with us tonight. His team playing for a region title. If they won tonight against Fort Payne, they would win the region championship, and indeed they did win tonight as they win it 41-13 over the Fort Payne Wildcats. Coach, congratulations not only on the win, but winning the Class 6A Region 7 championship tonight.
Thank you very much. It was a great night to be an Oxford Yellow Jacket, for sure.
Absolutely. Walk us through the game tonight, because this was 41-0 at one point in time. Sir. You were telling me during the break that you got to play about everybody, right?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, we came out of the gate hot. We started the game with a defensive touchdown, which always helps you capture the momentum right away. And really offensively, we played by far our best game of the season. We were effective in the run game, in the pass game. We had 2 freshmen score touchdowns on offense tonight, which has been kind of a theme throughout the course of the year. I think, it's been, well documented, some of the issues we've had to overcome with, guys leaving, and then also with some injuries. And what we've done is built a lot of depth over the course of the year. Some with the guys playing both ways, and we got some production out of Miguel Mitchell on both sides of the ball tonight, and Amari Carroll on both sides of the ball. So I think now we're playing our best football over the course of the year and at the time that we need to play it.
I asked you here, I said, you probably played your best game of the year tonight, and you said no doubt.
Absolutely. And I challenged the guys yesterday at practice at the very end. We played some spurts of really good football this year. We had a huge win against Arab a few weeks ago, but we were also down 17-0 or whatever in the second quarter of that game. And last week we were up 26-3 at the half against Springville and ended up winning 26-17. Gave up some scores in the second half and turned the ball over. And really with the varsity guys in there for this game, we played very consistent. We kept good field position. We capitalized on opportunities, and really all 3 phases played extremely well tonight.
Yeah, and just watching your team play, I've watched you play several times this year. Watching you play, the improvement throughout the season, which is what you want to see. Sign of good coaching, I'll say that. When you have that improvement throughout especially with the adversity that you faced along the way with the injuries. Man, that's exactly what you want to see, is that improvement. And you guys, even in the last 2 or 3 weeks, you guys obviously have improved, because that was a pretty good Fort Payne team that came in tonight.
That was a really good Fort Payne team. They were doing the things that you have to do to win late season football games up until this one. They ran the ball really well. They, have one of the best kickers, if not the best kicker in the entire country, and special teams are a big part of that. And they were hot. Their season had gone very similar to ours in that they lost the first 3 and had won 5 in a row up until tonight. And I've been in the football business for 21 years now, and I was a part of a few state championship teams, but I've never been prouder of a group of young men than I am tonight. We have 11 seniors on this team at Oxford, so it's not a great number of kids, but we have a lot of really good football players in that group and a lot of great teammates in that group. And, guys like Jordan Dobbins, Shaynod Whitfield, Kyle Pilkington, and several others in there that really have been the glue that have held this thing together, because we had parts in our season where they could have, kind of phoned it in a little bit and, sort of rode off into the sunset, but they refused to do that. They took on all the challenges head on, and, and I'm just so proud of them.
You mentioned something that I think is important. And this is there is a benefit sometimes when you have guys that get hurt. Those guys that got hurt, their replacements kind of got thrown into the fire. But when those guys came back and were healthy, you had developed, as you said, you had developed some depth. And so instead of maybe having one running back, you had two running backs.
That's right.
And so it really kind of maybe was blessing in disguise in the long run.
Yeah, and that position that you just mentioned at running back has been one of them. You know, we have a sophomore, Jaden Thomas, who's already a star at that position and is going to be a household name in the future, but he was out for a few games. And during that time, I think we had 5 different guys score touchdowns from the running back position. And none of those started out the year practicing at running back. So we had, some linebacker. Nick Merriweather came over from linebacker. Jordan Dobbins from outside linebacker. Miguel Mitchell started a game for us at running back. D.K. Wilson, who was a freshman that scored a big touchdown tonight. And a few, Jaden Dobbins, Jordan Dobbins' younger brother, who starts at corner. So, it was really all hands on deck. And during parts of the season, we kind of practiced the way that a lot of small schools practice, just in order to get those guys work on both sides. And it wasn't necessarily the typical way that a 6A team would prepare, but that's just what we had to do to survive. And now we're kind of reaping the benefits of doing that.
How big, I want to go back a couple of weeks to the ARAB game. You're on the road, they win, they're the region champs, you're down early, as you mentioned, 17 to nothing, I think, at one point in the game. You come back, a minute and a half to go in the game. You scored 9 points in the last minute and 30 of the game.
Yeah.
Not only for this season, but you mentioned having a young football team.
Yeah.
How big was that win, not only that you won the game, but how you won it as far as maybe a turning point for these guys?
Oh, it was 100% a turning point. That was the game where we got all of our guys back for the first time since the first quarter of our Jamboree game. We had been that long with different guys being out. And, to start the game, it wasn't going great for us. And I don't think we would have, if we were in the same situation in maybe week 1 or week 2, I don't know if we had it in us at that point to come back from that kind of deficit. But by that time in the season, this time of the season, we showed that we definitely have. And that win, it took everybody. I think a lot of people have maybe kind of forgotten we scored previously in that game to cut it to 1, and I decided to go for 2. We didn't get it. And then we kicked an onside kick, which ARAB recovered. Yes. So I think, ESPN does the percentages of likelihood of victory. I think ours would have been down at the very bottom, but our defense got stops on first, second, third down. We called 3 timeouts, got the ball back with no timeouts, and kicked the field goal at the end. And it took all 3 phases of football there to get that win, and that builds trust within your team. Our guys now know that that they're going to play their guts out for the guy beside them, and they trust that the guy beside them is doing the same for them. And they've seen that play out successfully on the field, and that's part of what's got us to where we are right now in the season.
Coach Adams, you had a really young football team to begin with. The injuries just kind of magnified how young this team was. Just give people that are viewing out there kind of a taste of how young this team really was and is, because you were playing, and this is 6A football, and you're playing 8th graders at times, right?
Yes, we have regularly this year, we have started 5 or 6 freshmen and 1 8th grader. Wow. And back a long time ago when I first started coaching high school football, one of my old coaches told me there's a rule of thumb that you'll lose 1 game for every sophomore that you have to start. Just showing that that's how inexperienced you are, and that's a big deal to have to start a sophomore. And here we are with 5 freshmen and 1 8th grader, and those are just the ones that start. We play another 3 or 4 freshmen on a regular basis on Friday nights. And when we say it's a young team, this is as extreme of a circumstance as I've ever been a part of in high school football. And it may not be that uncommon if it was a 1 or a 2A kind of school, but we're playing big boy football here. And it's really that's part of right now. This is as good a feeling after a win as I've had, whether it was just this region championship game or a state championship game or a bowl victory or whatever it would be. The feeling I have right now and the pride that I have in the work that our kids have done is as good as I've ever felt.
Let's talk about the future. You got a Thursday night game, be the statewide game of the week. With AHSAA, you go to Central Phoenix City, play a very good 7A team. And then first round of the playoffs, you know you're going to be at home. Looks like Chelsea, probably.
Chelsea, yes,
Chelsea
sir.
coming
Yep,
to town.
Yep.
Kind of walk us through these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the next week is going to be a tricky one. Central Phoenix City, I guess will likely be number 2 or 3 in 7A. I saw Hoover ended up on top of Thompson tonight, and so we've played all of our non-region games, including our jamboree. I don't know if you could ever play a tougher slate than what we've played. So. We've played teams that look like Phoenix City. It's a whole different animal to play them week 10 on a Thursday before the playoffs start. So, it's going to be a tricky game to navigate. Yeah, they're really good, and they have a great shot at making it to the state championship game or winning a state championship. And, we hope that, we compete and have a chance to win the game, and then hopefully we have everybody healthy. So, we win the next game that really matters a lot more than that one.
Absolutely. Coach, let's talk about big picture stuff here. You mentioned 21 years in this business, very successful. Before you came to Oxford at Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, we'll talk about that in just a little bit.
Sure.
But, this is a guy that knows how to build a program. So kind of for the Oxford fans and fans around East Alabama that don't know a whole lot about Sam Adams, what are some of the trademarks that you want to maybe stamp on this Oxford football program? A year or two down the road, what do you want a Sam Adams coach Oxford team to look like?
Well, I think the way that I kind of go about building a program is that, people see what we do on Friday nights, and we've won some games. We're going to win a heck of a lot more games in the future, but that is really just the byproduct of all the things that people do not see. So, we always say we have a 3-part mission. So first, we want to show our kids and train them on what it looks like to be a great son, a great brother, and later on in life become a great father and a great husband. And then the second part is we want to make sure that we're reinforcing the importance of academics so that when players get out of our program, they have the most options available, whether they want to play college football or go into business or whatever it may be, that they can do whatever they want to do. And then third, which we believe if we accomplish the first 2, then we have a chance to get to part number 3, which is give them the opportunity to compete for championships. And so, we've won, we're going to win, but we don't really talk a great deal about winning as the goal. We just focus on what we have to do day in and day out in order to get that result.
Coach, when I first met you this summer was at Calhoun County Media Days at the Anston Country Club. One of the things I asked you, because last year you were involved in maybe the craziest ending to a high school football game in this state. People probably seen the 8-9 laterals when you played Wetumpka last year. People saw that all over the country. I don't know if we've ever had a crazier ending in high school football in the state. And I asked you, I said, is that something that you practice? Now, you didn't practice all the fumbles, but you told me that, and you practiced this at Oxford, I think.
We did.
You practice late in the game being down and doing that, the laterals and all that kind of stuff to come back. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, we try to, our Thursday practice, we call it the play the game script. And so what it is, it's all those scenarios that you could possibly find yourself in over the course of a Friday night game. Most of the things that we do on a Thursday practice does not show up on Friday just because we hit all the weird scenarios. So, the one that you're talking about was 9 laterals with no time on the clock. The play overall lasted over a minute of real time, and we ended up on top. Now, I hope we never have to do that again in a game. And we have attempted that play one time this year. It didn't really work out that way right before half. But we try to put them in all the possible scenarios that they could be in on a Friday night, or at least there's some sense of familiarity in it. And so they're never taken by surprise. So, another way that shows up was like in the ARAB game. We practice last second field goal. That's the last thing that we do every Thursday. So it wasn't exactly the same scenario we do on Thursday. I'm the clock keeper counting down 10, 9, 8, and we have no timeouts, and we're running them on the field. So the scenario wasn't exactly the same, but he had been in a scenario that was very similar to that, where we kick a field goal, win the game, or we don't make it, and the opposite happens, So, but yeah, we just try our best to prepare them for everything that they'll be in on a Friday night.
I think I'm right on my research here. I believe I'm right. But one last thing. Now, tomorrow night at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama and Tennessee, people will be there perhaps watching on television on ESPN. And there's a guy, number 4, that's the tailback for Alabama, who I think is phenomenal, a guy named Brian Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa. You coached him, right?
I did.
And so he's a product of Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa. There's a great talent that has come out of Oxford, but tell us about Brian Robinson. I think our folks here in the eastern side of the state would love to see the input of what we're seeing on the field for the Crimson Tide now from Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, he was, I was very fortunate when I got to Hillcrest. Brian was just finishing up his freshman year. And so I got to be with him through the bulk of his varsity football experience, and got to kind of help him or accompany him, I guess, through the recruiting process. While he was there at Hillcrest, he broke the single game rushing record. 2015, we were playing Clay Chalkville, who was the defending state champion. It was on a long winning streak, 20-something game winning streak, and he rushed for, I think, 435 in that game. And and I'm really super proud that he's done it what I'd say is the right way. He'd had opportunities at Alabama to do other things. He's had to wait behind some really good backs, which is really just part of the deal when you're running back at Alabama. There's going to be guys just as good as you that have been there longer. And, obviously there was some frustration with that at times because everybody wants to be the guy, and he had to wait his turn. But he didn't decide to get in the transfer portal and go somewhere else. He waited his time. He could have came out last year, and he was predicted as probably a third-round draft pick. But, he had his sights set on something bigger. And, hopefully if he finishes out the season the right way, then, he'll be a first-round guy. And, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was another guy that we coached at Hillcrest named Jacquez Jones that plays linebacker at Kentucky. So on the same week, the Walter Camp College Football Offensive Player of the Week was Brian Robinson for the country, and the National Defensive Player of the Week was Jacquez Jones at Kentucky. And both of those were kids that we coached at Hillcrest that were teammates together. So that's a very unique situation to have 2 from a high school period, much less 2 on the same weekend. So, that's... I'm proud of what we did there. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of great players come through there because no coach is going to win without great players. And but both of those guys are also great human beings. And there's been others too. The punter at Notre Dame, Jay Bramlett, was our punter and quarterback, and probably got signed off of the way he performed when we played at Oxford in 2017. But unfortunately, we had a lot of punts that night, but. That was one of his best games ever, and his recruiting process heated up after that night. So, I think the way that we structure our program, kids will have opportunities there, if they're going to do what we ask them to do along the way.
Awesome. Coach, thank you for spending time with us. Yeah. Congratulations hanging there with us. We're going to tell folks about Pee Wee Turner Motors.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, congratulations on winning the region championship, coming through this season. Best wishes to your team next week as you go down to Phoenix City and in the playoffs back at Lamar Field against Chelsea. And hopefully that's a long, deep playoff run for the Yellow Jackets. Thank you so much for being with us on High School Football Alabama.
Thank you. Go Big Go.
Sam Adams is the head football coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Winners tonight, winning the region championship in Class 6A Region 7 over Fort Payne, 41-13. We mentioned Pee Wee Turner Motors, South Quintard Avenue in Anniston. Check them out. Even tomorrow, going to be another beautiful Saturday. If you need a car, go by and see them. Check out their quality inventory. Even before you go down there, you can go to peeweeturnermotors.net. Guaranteed credit approval. They look forward to serving you and your family. Pee Wee Turner Motors, South Quintard Avenue in Anniston. More of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard as we roll on a football Friday night.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, or Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey friends, this is Pastor Joey from Park Memorial Baptist Church's the Arminville campus. You know, truth is really hard to discover today. With the endless source of opinions, it's growing more and more difficult to actually determine what is fact from what is fiction. Add that to a growing antagonistic attitude towards each other in a culture that undermines the existence of absolute truths, well, you can see why we have a problem. Thankfully, we can know truth, absolute and real truths today. We discover that in the person of Jesus Christ and the Word of God. Jesus, in a profound statement, identified himself with the God of the Old Testament, John 14:6. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father but through me. We can know God personally through faith in Jesus Christ. Secondly, we can know truth by reading the Bible. Once again, Jesus says in a prayer to the Father in John 17, verse 17, he says, sanctify them, sanctify or mature them in truth. Your word is truth. We discover the God of all truth in the Bible. We discover the author and creator's design and intentions there. We discover how to navigate these uncharted waters by the truth of God's Word. Contrary to Jack Nicholson's famous statement in A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth. Well, we desperately need the truth today. It's time for us to stop looking to social media, stop looking to network news and to Washington for truth. It's time to look to Jesus. Hebrews 12 tells us, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that clings so closely to us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. Friend, God loves you. Jesus died and rose for you. There is hope in these days in the person of Jesus Christ. Connect today to His Word and to His church. And if you don't have a faith family, I hope you'll come see us at Parker, D.C. Thanks.
Speaking of the City of Oxford Team of the Week, there I am in attire you don't normally see me in at Anniston High School. Yesterday, we were up at Wyatt Mosby Memorial Stadium presenting our Team of the Week trophy. There's our tough guy from Awards to Remember the Trophy and the Chocowacca Park hand towels. Had the team over there after practice yesterday as they got ready for their big win tonight that they had 62-27 over Cleveland County. But got the T-shirt here that we unveiled to them showing our Anniston Orthopedics score shirt. There it is with Team of the Week on the front. And you should have seen the smile on the faces once again, because when we turned the shirt around and we showed them what was on the back, it always gets a reaction. And there's the reaction coming right there. Anniston beating number one handily, 28-27. And, of course, a big clap and a lot of smiles Appreciate the hospitality at Anniston High School yesterday. There's the team wearing the jerseys yesterday. I all got the jerseys and put them on there in front of Memorial Fieldhouse at Anniston High School. The team of the week score shirts from Anniston Orthopedics for that win over Hanley right there. Great group of young men from Anniston High School yesterday. Appreciate all the hospitality at Anniston. Coming up at a little bit before midnight tonight in our last segment, we will unveil this week's City of Oxford Team of the Week and see who will get those Anniston Orthopedics score shirts. Tonight, our crew was out before a packed house at Larry Ginn Field, Lou Scales Stadium, Death Valley in Alexandria. Number 3 Leeds, number 4 Alexandria. A top 5 matchup coming up in Class 5A, the region title on the line in Class 5A Region 6 between Alexandria and the Leeds Green Wave. It began early with Alexandria on defense, and Leeds got a couple of good plays, had a good drive going. Quarterback run here by the quarterback, but basically Leeds then comes back, and they're going to have a fumble on this as Leeds comes back, and we're going to see right here an interception. And that's going to go right into the hands of none other than for Alexandria Valley Cubs, Joshua Ruff. We saw lateral Ty Brown with the interception at the 46-yard line. And then we come and we have a touchdown by Alexandria. We see Coach Ty again right there. Then Leeds comes back again after trailing in the game 6-0. Another sack by Alexandria, and there's a fumble, and that's going to be recovered by the Valley Cubs deep in Alexandria territory. Then we come back, Antonio Ross with an 11-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good this time, 13-0. Another hard run here by Javez McGee, a 19-yard run. Then McGee is going to fumble, though, gives it right back to Leeds. Leeds showing some signs of life here. This is a hard run. At the very last moment, the ball comes out, and Leeds is going to recover at the Alexandria 3-yard line. But a couple of plays later, again, it's going to be an interception. The Leeds quarterback throwing an interception as Latta throws it right again to Brown. Brown, his second pick in the first quarter. Connor Hall then comes back with a 5-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback, Austin West. The 2-point conversion, no good once again. 19-0, Alexandria led Leeds early in the game, and they made it stand up. They let 26-0, and then they make it stand up big time. Number 4, Alexandria, 43-7 winners over Leeds tonight, the number 3 team in the state in 5A, as Alexandria wins the Class 5A Region 6 championship. Alexandria you saw the 3 turnovers there in the first quarter. That was key. They turned one of those back over, but they scored touchdowns on 2 of the 3. And Alexandria with a blowout win tonight, a huge win. The Valley Cubs played very well tonight as they win the region championship 9-0 with a huge matchup coming up next week with the Piedmont Bulldogs at the Field of Champions in Piedmont next week. Piedmont will be in a must-win situation if they want to win a region championship because they're in a 3-way tiebreaker with Ohatchee and Sachs. They need the points for non-region wins that they would get for beating Alexandria. So a very important game coming up next week at the Field of Champions in Piedmont. We'll be back with more of the high school football Alabama scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford in just a moment. Go.
When mealtime calls for the best farm-raised catfish, look no further than Top of the River. With 3 convenient locations, you're never far from the very best catfish East Alabama has to offer. The friendly folks at Top of the River are waiting to serve you the fish that owner Shannon Robertson says they've served exclusively for 25 years and to perfection.
Since '96, I've never served one other type of fish, ever, other than farm-raised catfish.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The X-Mark Radius. This is the mower that cut the lawn where you watched your family explore. The Radius will get you on and off the lawn quickly with the signature cut, comfort, and reliability more landscape pros trust. X-Mark, official mowers of the backyard line. Get into a Radius as low as $93 per month with approved credit. Check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Aniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at PeeWeeTurnerMotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke. And don't forget about our low price guarantee.
Still lots to come on the high school football Alabama scoreboard here on the we roll on Football Friday night. East Alabama top 10, that's coming up. We also have Muscle Team. We have Player of the Week coming up, Team of the Week coming up, Region Rundown, which is huge tonight coming up. Biggest region rundown of the year tonight, as we have all these regions that can be figured out, and a whole lot more. One of the big games tonight that we had that really impacted one of the regions was out of Class 4A Region 4, and that was the game at Golden Eagle Stadium between Jacksonville and Cherokee County. When we arrived, halftime basically, Cherokee County was down to Jacksonville 16-7. Head coach of the Center Warriors right there, Jacob Kelly. And then it turned into the J-Taj Morriso, a 53-yard touchdown run to begin the second half. This was Jacksonville's first play of the second half. As you see, breaking tackles down the Jacksonville sideline. Jacksonville wearing those UCLA jerseys tonight. That made it 23-7. Then we see Morris again picking up a punt right here. Comes to the sideline, breaks a few tackles. This winds up being a 15-yard punt return that took it into Cherokee County territory at the 40-yard line. The next play, Jim Ogle launches one into the end zone. There's a tie-up, and it was just stolen away. Drew Pridgeon takes it away from the Cherokee County defender. A 40-yard touchdown pass from Ogle. PAT good. All of a sudden, very quickly, Cherokee County is down 30-7. Then, disaster for the Warriors. Another fumble on the first play after the touchdown at the Cherokee County 17-yard line. And Morris and the Golden Eagles take advantage again. This time, a 17-yard touchdown run as Morris turns on the Jets on the far sideline in front of the Cherokee County bench. And it went very quickly from 16-7. We got the 1A Region 5 graphics there. There we go. From 16-7, it went within the span of less than 6 minutes. In the first half of the third quarter, it went from 16-7 Jacksonville to 37-7 Jacksonville. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Jacksonville puts it on cruise control, and they beat Cherokee County tonight 44-21. That combined with Anniston's win against Cleburne County tonight handed Anniston the region title. Handily won against White Plains. They'll be number 2. Then it came down to Jacksonville, Cherokee County for 3-4. Jacksonville wins the head-to-head, so Jacksonville is 3 and Cherokee County is 4. That's the way it's going to work out there in Class 4A, Region 4. All right, we're going to tell you about the fine folks at RMC. They've got something very special going on at Regional Medical Center that we want to tell you about. It's early detection. saves lives. Dial in for a chance to receive one of free 50 mammograms. If you're a lady out there, just call 235-5141. That's 235-5141. Eastman, partnering with the Regional Medical Center Foundation for 50 free mammograms for ladies. Early detection, of course, this is Beat Cancer Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in the October. Dial in for a chance to receive one of 50 free mammograms. 235-5141. That's 235-5141 with Regional Medical Center. We'll be back with more of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford in just a moment.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement, with physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
This holiday season, visit Festival of Lights in Oxford, Alabama for an unforgettable drive-through family-friendly light show. Enjoy the twinkling lights, visit with Santa, go ice skating, and more. Tickets on sale now at oxfordlights.com.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver Card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The most informative prep football show in the state. It's the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on the Big 95 and highschoolfootballalabama.com. highschoolfootballalabama.com, the Big 95 WHMA and 97.5 FM are proud to be the home of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is also brought to you by Young Oil Company Grub Marts, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Regional Medical Center, Aniston Orthopedics Associates, Keller Williams Real Estate Agent Amber Cotton, Pee Wee Turner Motors, Noble Bank and Trust, Oxford Lumber Company, Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, the Calhoun County Commission, and Triple T Turf.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard with John Holder, presented by the City of Oxford on 97.5 FM, the Big 95 WHMA, and highschoolfootballalabama.com.
And the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford, rolls on this football Friday night. Time to go now to our Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware scoreboard. We'll give you all the final scores. We have them all in tonight. In case you're just coming in from the games, out to eat, traveling tonight, here are the finals. Piedmont tonight beating Welborn 47-16. Hanley a winner over White Plains 43-14. Donahoe shutting out Talladega County Central. Mark Sanders and the players here with us earlier in the show. 39-0 was the final. Donahoe. Oxford, we're joined by Sam Adams, head coach of the Yellow Jackets, winning the region title tonight in 6A Region 7. They beat Fort Payne 41-13. Anniston, our reigning team of the week. You just saw the Bulldogs winning at Cleburne County tonight in Heflin 62-26. Sacks tonight, 21-7 winners over Hoax Bluff. Ohatchee beats Weaver 52-13. Alexandria wins a region title tonight. You saw highlights of that game. They beat Leeds 43-7. Jacksonville, highlights of that game, a huge win tonight as they knock off Cherokee County 44-21. Glencoe shutting out Pleasant Valley. First win of the year for Glencoe, 49-0. Ranburne outscoring Fayetteville 43-29. Winterboro, no problem with Woodland, 38-13. It was B.B. Comer winning at Randolph County 47-0. Tallahassee creating a three-way tie for first now in 5A Region 4 as they beat Central of Clay County 39-28. Sylacauga also involved in that tie as they beat Holtville 35-15. Trinity Presbyterian taking care of Childersburg 52-6. Model Secondary School for the Deaf and ASD tomorrow morning in D.C. Lincoln tonight earns a playoff bid with a 31-19 win over Moody. Scottsboro upends Pell City 24-19. Raglan over Victory Christian 18-13. Arab shutting out Springville 27-0. Hayden gets by St. Clair County to get their first win 26-20. Fultondale and Asheville. Asheville wins the game 24-14 tonight on the road at Fultondale. Cleveland beats Sandrock 40-7. Cedar Bluff 35-7 winners over Coosa Christian. Spring Garden blasting Southeastern 49-12. Westbrook likewise over Gaston 54-12. In overtime, Vestavia Hills beat Gadsden City 21-14. Etowah creates a three-way tie in region play as they beat Dora 17-14. Locust Fork over West End 35-20. Fairview all over Sardis tonight 56-14. Around the state of Alabama, Pike Road beating Greenville 44-0. The big game, number 1 versus number 2 in 7A. Number 1 Thompson falls to Hoover tonight 24-21. Auburn beating Enterprise in a big 7A game down south 42-28. Hewitt-Trussville 3 touchdown winners over Oak Mountain tonight. That was by a score of 28-7. And one more score for you, Talladega. The Tigers earned their first win of 2021 as they win at Eclectic tonight against Elmore County 51-37. Noble Bank and Trust bringing you our post-game presser. Every Friday night, we had Mark Sanders here and all the Donahoe Falcons. That was our post-game presser. We bring in the guys and talk football. Same way with Sam Adams and our Noble Bank and Trust post-game presser coming in, pressing them not too hard with questions and learning more about their teams tonight. We appreciate both Sam Adams and also Mark Sanders and his players coming in to be in our Noble Bank and Trust post-game presser segments tonight. And we want to tell you about Noble Bank and Trust. Their cash back is phenomenal. No gimmicky names. There's no tricks. Basically, it's just cash back. Unlimited transactions, fraud protection, refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. Visit noblebank.com and learn more about Noble Bank Cashback. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank, noblebank.com. When we come back, our Young Oil Company Muscle Team. We also have our F&M Bank Player of the Week, and we're also going to have our awards to remember, East Alabama Top 10. All of that is coming up next as we roll on a Football Friday night with a high school football Alabama scoreboard.
Anniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Anniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Anniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.annistonortho.com. Anniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
Welcome to the award-winning Chocolaca Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Chocolaca Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Chocolaca Park.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
The high school football Alabama scoreboard presented by the City of Oxford rolling on this football Friday night. We got a lot of ground to cover here in this segment, so let's begin by introducing you to our two newest members of the Young Oil Grub Mart Muscle Team. We begin with Stephen Rainey of the Piedmont Bulldogs, Piedmont, the home office of Young Oil Company and Grub Marts. Stephen Rainey is a top offensive lineman for the number 2 ranked Class 3A Bulldogs. He is graded out at over 80% in 7 of the 8 games before tonight's game with Welborn. He has been Piedmont's highest graded offensive lineman, again, in 6 of the 8 contests leading into tonight's game with Welborn. The 5'10", 230-pound senior leads a Bulldog offense that was averaging 45 points a game. That was before tonight's game where they beat Walter Welborn. So they're going to continue with an impressive offensive performance. By the way, Stephen Rainey also is a 3-year starter for the Piedmont Bulldogs. And also coming to the muscle team this year is Jacob Sanford of the Etowah Blue Devils. Sanford moved from defensive end inside to defensive tackle this season, and he has responded. Before the game tonight against Dora, he had 40 tackles, 16 solos, 17 assists, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 12 quarterback hurries. The 6'1", 250-pound senior was selected to play just this week in the AHSAA North-South All-Star football game. Congratulations to Stephen Rainey of the Piedmont Bulldogs and Jacob Sanford of the Etowah Blue Devils, the newest members of the Young Oil Grub Mart Muscle Team, where we recognize those inside guys, those offensive and defensive players. Also, we want to talk about our Farmers and Merchants Bank Player of the Week. We always select one of the top performances across East Alabama from last week. And this week it's going to be Jesse Lewis of the Walter Welborn Panthers. Last week in the 66-19 Panther win at Weaver, he rushed for 144 yards and scored 5 touchdowns. The 5'10", 155-pound junior scored on runs of 42, 37, 23, 19, and 7 yards. And all 5 of those touchdowns, by the way, came in the first half of play as Welborn beat Weaver 66-19. Congratulations to Jesse Lewis from the Walter Welborn Panthers, our Farmers and Merchants Bank Player of the week. And here it is, some changes tonight in our East Alabama Top 10 presented by Awards to Remember. Got some new teams breaking into the top 10 and some teams that tumbled. Let's begin with a new team, the number 10 team, the Sylacauga Aggies. Sylacauga tonight with a big win over Holtville, moving them to 7-2 on the year. And the Aggies are now in a three-way tie for first in that region. Going to come down to non-region games next week. Sylacauga has Benjamin Russell, but Sylacauga right now the number 10 team in our East Alabama Top 10. Number 9, Anniston, with that win at Cleburne County, 62-26 tonight. They are at number 9. Number 8, BB Comer, a home field advantage team in the state playoffs. They continue to roll tonight as BB Comer was a big winner down south in Talladega County as they rolled over Randolph County in Wedowee tonight, 47-0. Central of Clay County falling. They lost tonight to Tallahassee. Now a three-way tie for first in that region, 5A Region 4, along with Tallahassee and Sylacauga. Central Clay County falls to number 7. Spring Garden winning over Southeastern. They're up to number 6, the region champions out of Class 2A Region 6. Number 5 is Hanley. Hanley winning tonight over White Plains. They're number 5. Piedmont number 4 with that showdown with Alexandria coming next week. Number 3, the Sacs Wildcats. Sacs tuned up for the playoffs because they have an open date next week. They're going to sit back and see what happens in that Piedmont-Alexandria game. They move and close the regular season at 9-1 with their only loss coming to Piedmont. They're at number 3. Number 2, undefeated Wadley had an open date tonight. They get Spring Garden next week. Great small school game down at Curtis Lynch Memorial Stadium in Wadley next Friday night. And number 1 for the second week in a row, no doubt about this, the Alexandria Valley Cubs winning a region title tonight in 5A Region 6 as they blast number 3 in the state leads 43-7. All the highlights that you see here, the cheerleaders, the game highlights. We were at Alexandria tonight. We were at Jacksonville tonight. All of those highlights brought to you by the fine folks at Red Threads. Red Threads bringing you our highlights each and every week, powered by O-Brand. And O-Threads specializes in screen printing. Let me tell you about O-Brand and Red Threads. One of the things that they do is they provide our T-shirts. They are the provider for our Anniston Orthopedics T-shirts. They print those, and they do a phenomenal job. And also, they have custom apparel of every kind. Anything that you would want from Jacksonville State, they have it. Visit the Red Thread storefront. There's the guy, there's the mastermind behind O-Brand and the Red Threads, Amato Ortiz, actually shooting some highlights tonight for us, getting scores, doing region roundup, a man of many talents. Visit the Red Thread storefront on the square in Jacksonville for local game day apparel. They will have the best JSU merchandise that you can imagine. Want to thank Red Threads for presenting our highlights each and every Friday night right here on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard. Motto's going neutral tonight. He's wearing his Braves hat tonight. But big JSU supporter. And I'm telling you, Motto and Red Threads are not only JSU supporters, they are big supporters of high school football as well. We'll be back with more of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard as we roll on a Football Friday night, YouTube, Facebook, and the Big 95.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Cash back. Plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names, just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cash Back account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. Noblebank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke, and don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When it comes to great tasting barbecue, nobody does it better than Dad's Barbecue. Dad's Barbecue is slow cooked to perfection, and Dad's menu now includes burgers, shakes, and delicious cheddar muffins. Large groups are always welcome, and Dad's does catering too. And Dad's offers fast, friendly service, and they're kid friendly. Dine in or drive through. Dad's Barbecue, family owned since 1985, with 2 locations in Anniston to serve you.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You will be glad you did.
The Exmark Quest. This is the mower that cuts the lawn that became the place your kids grew up. The Exmark Quest. The cut, quality, and performance more landscape pros trust at a price you can afford. Exmark. Official mowers of the backyard life. Get into a Quest as low as $62 per month with approved credit. Come check them out today at Triple T Turf, 204 Anniston Street in Weaver. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to noon Saturday. And Triple T Turf is also your still dealer for outdoor power equipment.
We close in on the midnight hour, and it's region roundup time. Let's begin in Class 1A. This is presented by Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River. So let's go right now to Class 1A, Region 5. Wadley wins it. Winterboro will be the 2. Raglan, with their win tonight over Victory Christian, will be the 3. And Woodland will be the 4. So those are your top 4 teams. Wadley, Winterboro at home. Raglan, Woodland on the road in the first round of the playoffs in 2 weeks. Class 1A, Region 7. Cedar Bluff, the region champion. Summerton Christian tonight, despite the loss the loss tonight to Valley Head. They're still going to be the runner-up in the region, then Valley Head, then Coosa Christian. And then we've got a Coosa Christian Galesville. Looks like Galesville beat Coosa in the regular season head-to-head, so Galesville will have the advantage there as far as the state playoffs go. So basically right there, what you're looking at is Cedar Bluff will be the 1, and then you've got Valley Head will be the 2, Summerton Christian will be the 3, and Galesville will be the 4. Coosa Christian will be out of playoff contention. Now we move to Class 2A. Class 2A, Region 4. Lynette wins the region. B.B. Comer with that win tonight at Randolph County. They wrap up the 2. Then you've got Lafayette as the 3. Ranburne will be the 4. So Lynette, B.B. Comer at home, Lafayette and Ranburne on the road in the first round of the 2A playoffs. 2A Region 6, Spring Garden, the region champion. Cleveland with that win tonight at Sandrock will be the 2. Then Southeastern will actually be the 3 because they beat Sandrock head-to-head. So Southeastern the 3, Sandrock the 4. Spring Garden, Cleveland will be at home in the first round. Southeastern and Sandrock will be on the road. In Class 3A Region 5, can't determine it. Only thing we can tell you is Walter Welbert is locked in. They will be the number 4 team. And then you've got Ohatchee, Piedmont, and Sacs, a 3-way tie for first. It's going to come down to the Piedmont-Alexandria game next week to break that tie in Class 3A Region 5. And in Class 4A Region 4, Anniston, Hanley, Jacksonville. Anniston beat Hanley head-to-head, so Anniston's the 1. Hanley will be the 2. Jacksonville and Cherokee County tie, but of course Jackson wins the head-to-head. Jacksonville will be the 3. Cherokee County will be the 4. Anniston, Hanley at home. Jacksonville, Cherokee County will be on the road in the first round of the playoffs. And in Class 4A Region 6, can't determine it tonight. Dora will be the 4, but now Aniana, Good Hope, and Etowah in a 3-way tie for first. It was Good Hope beating Etowah. Etowah beat Aniana. Aniana beat Good Hope tonight. So we're going to have to go to non-region to figure out who wins the region title and who's second and third in Class 4A Region 6. Let's talk about Dad's Barbecue. Great place to go. This is the time of year, hey folks, in about a month, it's going to be Thanksgiving. your holiday needs, the smoked turkey, smoked ham from Dad's Barbecue, you cannot beat it. Now, we know they've got great barbecue and sides and all kinds of other things, but make your plans now. I do this. I'm telling you, they have the best smoked turkey anywhere and ham as well. Order those now. Call about that and get that done at Dad's Barbecue, home of the best smoked turkey and hams in all of East Alabama. We come back, more Region Rundown when we come back.
I'm John Holder, host of the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show. Keller Williams real estate agent Amber Cotton sold my house, and I can tell you she's the best. But don't take just my word for it.
I'm Coach Michael Easley from Montford High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Coach Clint Smith from Jacksonville High School, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
This is Coach Jonathan Miller of the Sachs Wildcats, and Amber Cotton sold my house.
I'm Amber Cotton, and if you're in the market to sell a home in Calhoun County, I would love the privilege of meeting your real estate needs too.
Welcome to the award-winning Chocolaca Park in Oxford, Alabama. We believe Chocolaca Park is the place to be, and our fans agree, describing the park as breathtaking, professional, and fun for all. With plenty of parking, restrooms, concessions, and a top-notch staff, we are confident your experience will be second to none. Join us today at Chocolaca Park.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver Card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
I can't imagine life without Gwen, but we came dangerously close.
I was having chest pains.
Luckily, there was a hospital nearby that quickly discovered one of her arteries was 100% blocked. A hospital with life-saving technology and the latest in cardiac treatment, with an experienced team of doctors and nurses focused on fixing Gwen's heart. What hospital had all of that?
It was all right here at RMC.
Aniston Orthopedics continues to provide a legacy of outstanding sports injury care on and off the field, keeping our players in the game. Aniston Orthopedics offers our Saturday morning sports injury clinic from 8 to 10 a.m. throughout the high school football season. Aniston Orthopedics also offers full-service physical therapy and occupational therapy departments. To learn more, visit our website at www.anistonortho.com. Aniston Orthopedics, located in the Tyler Center adjacent to RMC.
Back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard, presented by the City of Oxford. Jump right back to our Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River Region Rundown. Class 5A Region 4 with the upset by Tallahassee over Central of Clay County. A three-way tie for first. Going to have to go to non-region games next week. Central of Clay County beat Sylacauga. Sylacauga beat Tallahassee. Tallahassee beat Central. Holtville is guaranteed to be number 4. Class 5A Region 6. Simple. Alexandria is the 1, leads the 2, Center Point the 3. Lincoln with their win over Moody is the 4. Center Point and Lincoln will be on the road. Alexandria and Leeds will be at home in the 5A playoffs in 2 weeks. 6A Region 7, Oxford wins the championship. They're not on the top there, but they're the region champions because they beat Arab head-to-head. So Oxford's the 1, Arab will be the 2, Fort Payne is 3, Southside in at 4. It will be Fort Payne and Southside on the road, Arab and Oxford at home. And in Class 7A Region 3, Hoover 1, Thompson 2, Hewitt-Trussville 3, Oak Mountain 4. Back in a moment.
Cash back, plain and simple. That's what you'll get on the Noble Bank Cash Back account. No tricks, no gimmicky names. Just free accounts that pay you cash back. If unlimited transactions, fraud protection, and refunds on ATM withdrawal fees nationwide sounds like your kind of banking, visit us at noblebank.com and learn more about the Noble Cashback account. Welcome to personal banking. Welcome to Noble Bank and Trust. noblebank.com, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Jimmy Newman from Oxford Lumber. I've kicked off many times in my football days, and that's an exciting play. When you're ready to kick off your next building or remodeling project, let us make sure you start your project off right, with the right material at the right price so you can score big and get the job done. Stop by and see our local guys with over 60 years of experience serving you. Come by any one of our 4 locations in Oxford, Talladega, Jacksonville, Roanoke, and don't forget about our low price guarantee.
When mealtime calls for the best farm-raised catfish, look no further than Top of the River. With 3 convenient locations, you're never far from the very best catfish East Alabama has to offer. The friendly folks at Top of the River are waiting to serve you the fish that owner Shannon Robertson says they've served exclusively for 25 years and to perfection.
Since '96, I've never served one other type of fish, ever, other than farm-raised catfish.
When you shop at Pee Wee Turner Motors, you will be a winner. As lifelong supporters of East Alabama athletics, we at Pee Wee Turner Motors would like to invite you to check out our quality inventory of trucks, cars, and SUVs at peeweeturnermotors.net. We always guarantee credit approval and look forward to serving you and your family at Pee Wee Turner Motors on Quintard Avenue, Anniston.
Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware, specializing in windows and doors. They also are your locally owned source for all of your home improvement needs, small project remodeling, building your dream home. Oxford Lumber stores, Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and in Roanoke. Back on the High School Football Alabama Scoreboard Show, let's tell you about Team of the Week, our City of Oxford Team of the Week. Who's getting the Anniston Orthopedic Score shirts and the awards to remember? Tough guy. It's going to be the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Jacksonville wins tonight over Cherokee County, beating a good Warrior team at Golden Eagle Stadium 44-21. The Anniston Orthopedic Score shirts coming to the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Congratulations to Coach Clint Smith. We'll see you next Friday night.
The High School Football Alabama Scoreboard is a production of Fairfax Garden Media.